Welcome back! My name is Baller Scuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1982, and today we're going to talk about Jungle Hunt. The story of Jungle Hunt, originally known as Jungle King, takes us back to Taito. We have talked about Taito before. Taito is responsible for Space Invaders. We last talked about Taito in detail in our video on Kicks. Like a lot of games from Taito, there's not a lot of information about the development of Jungle Hunt. For Jungle Hunt in particular, it is even unclear who worked on the game. In Jungle King, the original version of the game, the player controls a Tarzan-like man traveling through the jungle on 4 different screens. On the first screen, the player swings from vine to vine. On the second screen, the player has to cross a crocodile-infested river. On the third screen, the player climbs a volcano as boulders roll down the side. On the fourth screen, the player must avoid cannibals while rescuing a woman. Taito released Jungle King to arcades in Japan on June 23, 1982. Jungle King would also be released in North America and Europe in 1982. However, the estate of Edgar Rice Burroughs, the author of the Tarzan stories, felt that the character in Jungle King was too similar to Tarzan, so Taito changed the game. Jungle King became Jungle Hunt. The Tarzan-like character became an explorer with a pith helmet. The vines in the jungle became ropes, and the Tarzan yell was replaced with music. Jungle Hunt was released by Taito to arcades in Japan in July 1982. Taito would release Jungle Hunt in North America in August 1982. That is the short backstory to Jungle Hunt. With that now told, it's time to play the game for ourselves. And here we are in the game. This is Jungle Hunt. There was a little bit of a debate in my mind on whether I wanted to play Jungle Hunt or Jungle King, but ultimately I decided that since Jungle Hunt is the more popular version, this would be the version that we would play. This is the first screen. As you can see, we're kind of swinging across these ropes. The graphics on this little section is not all that great, but they will give us a sense of the entirety of the game as we fail and somehow make it to stage 2. This is all in the demo. This one is quite the adventure. You're playing the explorer character here, trying to get across the river with all these crocodiles. You gotta watch out for the bubbles. They are out to get you. And you might notice a breath meter on the top right. And then once again, we fail and move on to the next stage. This time we're dodging boulders as we're climbing what turns out to be a volcano. Just kind of looks like a mountain for now. As you can see, you can jump pretty high, but that's not necessarily going to help you too much. And then you have to make it to the woman while avoiding the cannibals. All right, let's put in a quarter and see what I can do. I have practiced a little bit here. This first part is easy. Every part after that's going to be a little bit more difficult. Alright, so I like swinging a bit, trying to make sure I can get this jump properly. There we go. Alright, not there, but here? Yes. And there. No, just missed it. I usually can get through this part without too much of an issue, but not today. And there. There we go. The slow one is the worst. No. This time. There we go. No problems there. I end up very high on the vines. Ropes. Sorry, they are ropes now. There we go. Alright. This one probably will be better for me, but you gotta get the timing just right. There. There we go. Okay. There we go, and we made it to the end. And we're on to stage 2. Alright, you can stab these guys. I tend not to do that too much. You cannot stab them when you're on the surface. If you're breathing, you can't see them, is my assumption here. I don't fully understand, but that is the way that the game works. Alright, let's try to avoid the bubbles again. There we go, that was a big one. Extra points for him. No, he dodged me! Now, I know I can make it past the first 2 stages. Really? I swear they were out to get me that time. I know I can make it past the first 2 stages. I know I can make it past the first 2 stages without dying. I did it before. We'll see if I can do it again. Now that I'm actually recording, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, I'm sure. There. Just barely made that. There. Oh, that was even closer. There we go. Much better. We'll wait for this swing here. There we go. Make sure I make it as well as I can. There. Now, like, I'm so high that I can't even see my character most of the time. There. There we go. No. That was probably fine. No, this one. There we go. No. This one. This is the one. There we go. To the super slow one. No, we can't do it there. That one's moving too fast. There. There we go. You gotta get the timing right on some of these. I've never messed up this one. I'm not sure if you can. But I always try to do it the right way anyway. Alright, missed the stab. There we go. Go up for some air. Try to hang it on this side of the bubbles. Alright, got some air. Let's head back down, avoid those. Go for the big guy, get more air. Okay. So far, there we go, all the way through. To stage number 3 we go. Now these, as far as I can tell, are unpredictable. The way that they bounce is going to be random. I like trying to jump over them when I can. That implies that I know when they're going to go up into the air, though. Alright. Oh, that was an early jump. No, that one was a late one because I was too early last time. Okay. There we go. No! Didn't anticipate that one going up twice like that. You can duck in this one. Okay. Hooray! I made it! Not sure why we needed to stand there, but okay. Okay. And now on the harder difficulties of this level, some of the cannibals will throw the spears. But... Are you... I went too far? I went too far. After all that. Alright, we gotta go again. I made it to the final stage, but I didn't win, so we gotta keep going. Yeah, on some of the tougher stages, the cannibals will throw spears at you. But not on this one. Oh, just barely made that one. There we go. Alright, this one should be fine. There was good. I took my opportunity. There we go. This one should be good. I'm gonna go all the way up. Yeah, should be good there. Okay. Like I said, I'm not sure you can fail this one, but I always try. I always try to get it right. Okay, go up for air. No! I always have to be below them, that's the thing, and I kind of forget that from time to time. There, there. There you go. Like I said, you have to be below them. So it's better to be down near the bottom than up. Right. I'm not sure if you have to be at the top, but I've never not been at the top for that part. Okay. There we go. Doing alright. Just gotta avoid the big ones when they show up. We're doing alright. You can tell I'm concentrating. We have an adventure in front of us. Okay. There we go. Alright, we made it. Go again. Okay, we made it all the way through. I have a couple lives here. Let's see what I can do against these guys. Okay. I failed again! I landed on the cauldron! He jumps so much further than I expect him to. Okay. No! I meant to jump forward! Why didn't you jump forward? We made it to the end and I got nervous again! Alright. This is my last go. At least my last go without cheating. I want to see the end. I want to be able to show that off. So, we are going for it, but there's only so much that I got in me today. Come on, Jungle Huntsman. We will make it through everything. No. There we go. Ooh, that was a little too close. No. This one, though. Yeah, it came back around. Yeah, there's no way I can fail that one. Yeah, you stab up at the crocodiles. No! I stabbed early! And then I couldn't recover fast enough. There's so many crocodiles. Which just raises the question why I chose this spot to go through. Okay, we're doing okay. We could be doing better. We got this. Let's back up a little bit. Gives me a little bit more leeway to make these jumps. A little more room to work with. There we go. Okay, big one should be showing up any time now. There's one. There's the second one. Okay, we made it. Once again, I have 2 shots at this. Now, so far most of the issues have been that... What? Did you see how far that was? How far of a jump forward he took? Okay. No! Now I hit the... Alright. I think that I will just be right back. Alright, so I figured out a trick to this one. It's a little bit of a trick. Basically, I don't need to land on the other side of that guy. I can just jump over him and get to the girl. It's actually pretty easy if I'm paying enough attention, but I haven't, apparently. There we go. That was it. That was all I needed to do. I thought I needed to land on the other side to get a good enough jump, but I did it. Congratulations. I love you. And we get a kiss on the cheek right next to my monocle. That's the good cheek. And then we play as, I assume, the same character. It is feasible that this is also the woman playing now, but I don't believe that is the case. I think it's just a palette swap, so to speak. They just changed the colors. But we basically keep going. We do the same thing over and over. I will go until I die here. Not necessarily going for double completion, but as you can see, there are some new obstacles in my way. They do try to make things harder for you, after all. So let's see if I can't hang out up here and avoid the monkey. Or go below the monkey, that's also a possibility, and we're in a new river with pink alligators. Everything does get a little bit harder, but nothing that I don't think I can handle right now. There we go. So far, so good. Need air. I think that diving meter is going down faster, too. And we'll keep going. I don't see my lives counter anymore. That's okay. I feel like our explorer is changing outfits, like, between every screen. Which isn't... Oh. Which is entirely possible. But, doesn't seem quite right. And there we go. I got the high score. I beat the game. And that is the game now played. So with the game now played, let's talk about how it holds up today. Playing the game today, I do have to say it is fun. I do enjoy the adventure of it, the semblance of a story going on with the game. I do enjoy the different screens that help you progress through your adventure until you save the woman. That is enjoyable to me, definitely more than just kind of your standard game with the one screen that you play over and over and over again. This one has 4 screens that you play over and over and over again, but I think that variety does add to the game. With that said, I feel that the graphics do hold up pretty well, with the exception of the vines in particular. They're clearly vines that somebody just drew a black zigzag all the way down in order to try to make it look like a rope. But we all know that it was a vine, and it comes across that way as somebody just tacked on something sloppy over the vine in order to make it look different. And it shows, and I don't think it holds up well. I think that the sound does hold up well. I will see if I can find a way to get the Tarzan yell in there from the original game. But the Jungle Hunt version of the game is the one that most people recognize. It's the one that most people have played, and we'll kind of talk about why that is as we continue the story. But the Jungle King version is clearly what the original intent was. If we're following the Tarzan story, it's weird that I'm playing as Dr. Livingston and we're rescuing his daughter. And then maybe that's why you just get a kiss on the cheek instead of, a kiss on the lips or something like that. But and overall, the game's a good game. Is it something that I would want to sink a lot of time into? Not really. Once I get through the 4 stages, I'm kind of done. That's it. That's all I'm interested in. For other players that want to go through and save the woman over and over and over again, there's going to be more for you there. Of course, it will get more difficult as time goes on, but the fact that we still can't put our initials in once we get the high score is a detriment at this point. Taito has not been able to put that on any of their games yet. I don't believe that Kix had it either, and I know Space Invaders didn't. So you just kind of have to believe somebody when they say, that's my high score up there. I got that, unless you saw it for yourself. And I think by 1982, that is a detriment to the game. But the graphics and sound are good. The gameplay is good. The overall story I don't think holds up too well because you're playing kind of a passe man saves woman from, well, let's face it, evil natives. And that's not a story that holds up well the further we get away from it. Granted, it is a grandfathered in story from Edgar Rice Burroughs' Tarzan stories, but a lot of those stories don't hold up well either. So that particular aspect of it, of course, does not hold up well. But if you can overlook that, there is some enjoyment to have in this game. And that's my modern take on the game. When the game was released, Jungle Hunt was popular. It was not long before the game would make the list of highest grossing arcade cabinets. The critics were also positive about the game. It was seen as having the potential to become Taito's next best-selling game, after Space Invaders. However, the graphics, in particular during the Vine stage, were seen as a drawback. Jungle Hunt would spawn its own ports. We will pay attention to those as we continue. With another success on their hands, Taito would continue to be a force in the video game industry. We will, of course, hear from Taito again in the future. That will do it for the story of Jungle Hunt for now. My name is Baller Scuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video when we take to the air.